Today I'm going to show you how to get this super nice, super clean overhead GUI, which you can make say whatever you want. It will come up with the player's tag and a role that you want to give. So first of all you're going to do is head down in the description below and install my simple head tag. Next, once it's in your Roblox studio, just quickly click on it and it will say, would you like to add it? It includes two scripts. Yes, it does. Click OK, and you'll get this in your workspace. So all you really want to do is just open it up, and there is a tutorial there just in case you want to follow along later on. We don't need to look at that now. Open up the other folder and you can see it gives you very simple instructions. So if I go in here, it says place above head in replicated storage. So you're going to take the above head billboard GUI, you're going to drag it to replicated storage. And then this one says place head label handler in server script service. So we're just going to do the exact same thing right there, and then we can just simply delete this. So now, right off the bat, everything will work. If we were to load into a game now, you can see that it now appears above our head, and it will change to no matter whatever your name is, it will change to that. But let's say you don't want this owner tag, and the only reason I have this owner tag is because I am the author of this game and I made this game. And that is actually configurable in my template that I have made for you. So if you head into the head label handler, you'll see we have this nice little config file that I've created. Now I've tried to make this as simple as possible, so you've got little random details such as the height above the player, what sort of height do you want it to be above the player's head. So for example 3 studs is kind of the standard, or you can go 2 or 5 or however high you want it, it doesn't matter. And then this one here, how far would you like other players to be able to see other players' GUIs? Well, that basically means from what point does the billboard GUI disappear from how far they are to another player. So 35 studs seems to work about right for me before the actual fonts start messing up and stuff like that, but you can change that to whatever you want. All of this right here is changeable. I wouldn't personally temper with any of this because this is all hard coded, and unless you really know what you're doing, I wouldn't really do anything like that. So then the next thing, would you like these labels to be visible? So the username, would you like the username to be visible, and would you like the role to be visible? For example, if I put this to false and then I went into the game, you can see that all we get is just the name tag. There is no other, there's no role or anything because we've made it invisible. And the same would work vice versa if you put false on the username, and you can even make both of them false, which doesn't really make a lot of sense, but you can do that. Now we move on to the little color section. This is probably the most fun bit. So here we have the name tag color. So this is the color that your username is going to be. So what you can do, a really simple way you can edit these colors, is you can click in the middle of here and you see this little pin icon, I don't really know what to call it, just click it and it'll open up the color selection. Now what you can do is actually just select any color you want. Let's say we want a light pink, and now if we were to head into the game, you can see that our name tag is a light pink like we specify. So now we move on to the role tag. So what color would you like the default role tag to be? So when someone joins and their name, they're not an owner, so we have conditions down here. So we have the owner role and the default role. That's all we have. So if they're not the owner, then they're going to be the default role. So for example, this color is sort of a light bluish almost. And then the owner role is a sort of goldeny pastel yellow color. So you can change this however you want. And let's say we want it to be a green. So the default role color will be green. And I'll just quickly get rid of that. And you can see that the default role color is going to be green. And the same works for the owner role tag color as well. If you wanted to change that, you can. I quite like that color, so I'm going to keep it like that. And then the last thing is role title. So what would you like the players to be called? I've just simply put the default role as player. So this is what will display under their name. So we have, for example, the owner role is going to display owner underneath their name, and the default role display player under their name. And then this is really important. This is the owner name. You must make sure that you change this one. This is your username. Make sure it's your username, not your display name. For example, my display name is Mordacity, but my actual account's name is RGB. So this will check in here. If the player's name is a owner, then it will give them the specific role. And if not, then they'll just get the default role. So make sure you change this if you want to be a owner or whatever, or you can just remove it entirely and you don't even have to have that module in the first place. So yeah, I will be having another version of this coming up sometime soon, which is more of a pro version, which is actually going to be including some images and different customization techniques. Like you'll be able to change if they're, if detect if they're a group member and stuff like that. I'll be working on that one over the next coming days, and that'll be out soon. Anyway, if this video did help you, make sure to like and subscribe. Please leave a comment with any questions or concerns. Thank you very much. Goodbye.